Something very interesting is happening in the crypto market right now, but a lot of people are not paying attention to this. I'm actually going to be addressing this. I'm going to be talking about it. But first, we should address what's happening right now around price action. In the last 48 hours, not much has changed around price action. In fact, most of the market has been pretty stable. Bitcoin did have a little bit of a drop, which did cause a little bit of panic in the altcoin market because, again, with how high dominance is, yeah, some old coins will get hit hard, but this is what the last 24 hours looks like. And even the last 7 days actually as well. In the last 7 days, XRP is up about 1.56%. Bitcoin is up 3.68%. Ethereum is up 3.13. Most of the gains in the last 7 days in the old coin market in the top 100, it's actually looking pretty boring, right? Last week only, I mean, meme coins are up double-digit figures, two of them. Actually, one of them is belonging to an NFT project outside of that single digits. Most of this market is pretty boring right now around the old coin market. This is what the last day looks like, the hourly, the weekly, and even the monthly. And yeah, I mean, for the most part, it's pretty red. But what I find interesting about this is that we're not actually witnessing a lot of major movement. Like even these losses right now, for an example, if I just like grab, we'll just grab something that's down on the last 7 days, right? We'll just grab Ka, because this one is actually, getting hit in some pretty big swing. If we actually look at the 1 month or even the last 7 days, I mean, yeah, it's down about 11%. But if we look at the 1 month, it's just ranging still around these lows, going all the way back here to just, the middle of June. It's because it had that nice little run up. So most of the market that's even still down is just off of the previous, high swing that it had, which again is telling us that this market is just consolidating still. We're still waiting for that big breakout moment. Now, what is that something interesting that I'm actually watching? Well, it's actually Ethereum. I'm looking at Ethereum right now closely, and we're going to be talking about why in this video. In fact, I'm actually going to talk about exactly how close we are to this entire market. And when I say this entire market, I mean old coin specifically, waking up in a huge way. So when we think about Bitcoin right now, this is what the last month looks like for Bitcoin. This is the last 7 days, by the way. Here's that nice little swing high. And here's the swing low back down to like 1.7, like 4K or so. Now we're just going sideways, just waiting for something to happen. This started on the 4th officially. It was about roughly 6:50 p.m., almost 7 o'clock p.m. We've been ranging since a whole 24 hours passed with us just going sideways. Most of the old coin market as well. If we look at the last 7 days, this is XRP, this is stellar, right? Here's HBAR as well. And then, of course, SUI last 7 days. Guess what? Not a lot has happened. I mean, sure, we see, a little bit of positive gains here and there. But for the most part, the market has been pretty stale the last 7 days. And that's since that nice little run up on Bitcoin to it was almost 10.5K exact. Since then, pretty boring market. But what if I told you that that's soon going to change? Number one, we got the one big beautiful bill passed, right? It passed the US House. And I said that we are about to see liquidity flood the markets. Have I said it enough yet? Much higher. A lot of people are kind of confused by this because they didn't understand exactly what was involved with this bill. The biggest thing that we saw involved in this bill was the debt ceiling. In fact, we have here, Senate version of Trump's budget bill would raise the debt ceiling by $5 trillion, 0 cents. $5 trillion, 0 cents. This is the largest increase in US history, and it now passed the House. So this includes a $5 trillion, 0 cents debt ceiling raise. That means that we are about to see the money printers turn on in a huge way, which will cause markets to go significantly higher. But it's not just about this, okay? It's also legislation. House Chair just said Bitcoin and crypto market structure bill is happening in 2 weeks. Trillions incoming. Check this out. In the middle of making crypto policy for the United States of America, you have an upcoming crypto week. Tell us about that. Well, right now, digital assets, cryptocurrency, and everything related to using financial payments on a blockchain is basically not regulated, not clear to consumers, investors, entrepreneurs, how to use it, how to avoid federal prosecution. So in 2 weeks, we'll bring to the House floor the Clarity Act, which gives the rules of the road of how to invest in digital assets, how to trade them, how you can be a broker, and the market framework for digital assets. And we'll also bring to the House floor dollar-backed payment stablecoins, which we believe those two things will advance America's power around the world in financial services by extending. So yeah, I mean, listen, we're getting very close to having the legislation fully passed through around crypto and around stablecoins. This is also going to unlock a ton of money to flow into this space. And it's also going to unlock a lot of adoption happening. Again, it's not just about this and the one big, beautiful bill. It's also about Ethereum. Why? Well, because we've talked about it, right? Phase one is Bitcoin. It's all about Bitcoin. We've been hearing about Bitcoin almost every single day. Oh, institutional adoption around Bitcoin is heating up. ETFs are heating up. We're seeing inflows heating up. It's all about Bitcoin. But what about Ethereum? We have yet to actually hear about Ethereum in a huge way. But guess what? That narrative is changing. Why is it? Well, here we have for Matt Hogan from Bitwise, flows into Ethereum ETFs are going to accelerate significantly in the second half of this year. The combination of stablecoins and stocks moving over Ethereum is an easy to grasp narrative for traditional investors. ETH ETFs did 1.17 billion in flows in June. They could do 10 billion in the second half. And here we have Ethereum is for tokenized stocks. And if you guys didn't know, Robinhood on June 30th just announced the Robinhood chain. It's currently being built on Arbitron to power the future of asset ownership. But we do know that this will also link to Ethereum. In fact, when we actually think about what's going on here, right, we're starting to see a significant amount of adoption from Wall Street around stocks are starting to become tokenized. We already know that Ethereum is dominating the tokenization game, but it's also the fact that Ethereum adoption and use is picking up too. For an example, we have over here from Crypto Breaking, daily transactions on Ethereum are nearing all-time highs for the first time since 2021, yet nobody is paying attention. Ethereum is about to prove everyone wrong. And yeah, I mean, listen, this is insane. When we look at the transactions on Ethereum on top of the inflows, on top of the tokenization and stablecoin boom, yeah, everyone should be paying attention to what Ethereum is doing right now. When we think about Ethereum in the last year, this is what the chart looks like for Ethereum. We just talked about Bitcoin on the 7-day just going sideways. Yeah, Ethereum has been going sideways since that big break back in May. This move here on the 22nd of June looks like the spring. I do believe that we are about to witness a big break above $3,000 yet again, like we saw back here in November. From that point on, I do think that we target these $4,000 0 cents highs yet again, and we break over these $4,000 0 cents highs, even dating back to March of 2024 to retarget the all-time highs from 2021. I do think that we are about to get into the phase two part of this market, and this is where we should be focused on altcoins, because from Ethereum, we will see that money flow down into large caps. This part of the cycle, the Bitcoin part of the cycle, is usually the longest.